Hello, everybody. Welcome to the July kickoff call with our CEO, Mr. Sam Castor. And my name's Craig Smith. I get to be the host tonight, mainly because we put Steve Burns and his lovely wife on a plane to Europe for the month. And Steve usually hosts these calls with Sam at the first Monday of every month. And Steve is actually out there growing the global business with Hannes and so many amazing people. We are called Alavea Global. Sometimes we forget there's the global underneath Alavea. But it's extremely cool and inspiring to think that we're changing people's lives, not only in the United States over Independence Day, but we're changing people's lives all around the world. And Sam, I know these calls are special for you because it's kind of your shareholders meeting, right? With everybody that can really get the inside of what's happening with the company, both within maybe the last little bit and then also what's happening moving forward because you've built businesses that have gone into the billions of dollars in sales over time, and publicly traded companies. I mean, you've had every level of success that most people could dream of. So you've seen from the beginning the challenging to the mega growth, but Alave is in this really beautiful sweet spot of growth right now, and you and Linda must be so excited where we're at. So I'll pass it to you to kick off the July kickoff call. So, Mr.
Yeah,
Santiago.
thanks. Well, first of all, USA is playing Belgium tonight.
Ooh, I was actually going to bring up the soccer, and I wasn't quite sure if you're following that because I know you're a big baseball fan. So okay, so and you are an international leader. So, but I think
That's
there's no way
right.
you're only cheering for USA. I mean, that's got to.
Well, they're losing right now, but hey, it is there in Seattle. That's right. The game is right there.
Wow.
Is it still 1-0, Nancy? I just saw you put on there that I don't know if you're watching it or not, but it was
Ooh, look at the score.
no, it's 2-1 already. Oh my gosh,
Whoa,
two
and
to
that's
one.
only 34 minutes in. I think they got confused. I think they think they're playing hockey or something because that's a high scoring soccer game in the first.
That is. Well, it looked really good. I watched it for 15 minutes and then it came up. So anyway, that's going on. There is a lot going on, Craig. It's we did just finish the double donation drive. Congratulations to everybody out there. Christy talked about a goal of 1 million, and some people went, well, I mean, that's an awful lot. If you don't hit it, we hit it. 1 million servings over that 4-day period. So that's really incredible. Of course, we kicked it off when we were down there in Mexico. We were sitting with Mrs. Fox. We told her what we were doing. Of course, she'd like it to be 1 million a day. I mean, that's kind of what she's looking for. But we're starting to get, some really good connections. Yeah, there it is right there. We did it, 1 million. And we're starting to get real, reconnect with people around the world again for the distribution of Mighty Milk outside of Mexico. We're working with the manufacturer here in the U.S. They're doing a sourcing of some of the material right now, but I don't think that'll be too long in the future. So yeah, I mean, these big drives that generate 1 million servings give us the ability to expand around the world with our distribution. We talk about our goal being 7 million children. And it's real. I wish I could tell you guys everything I know, but there are conversations going on outside of our company about people that have discovered who Manna Relief is and want to make some outlandish contributions to our cause. So as that goes further along, we'll definitely fill you in as soon as there's something definitive. But let me just say, I mean, these are real folks, and they're looking at what we're doing, and they have found us, which is a tribute to what you guys are doing. Because without this model, we would not be impacting the level of children that we are right now. So it's really working well. Love the model. Of course, as Craig said, we've been on a growth curve for now almost 2 years. And I think once we defined our model and really kind of sunk our teeth into it and built around it, we got 3 very strong directions of build right now. We got the Standard Social Business Partner Movement. And by the way, congratulations to all the winners. in our social business partner group for the condos in Branson. At the very top of the list was Susan Hunt. And of course, that's Precision Health and Wellness. And her daughter, Brooklyn Hunt, was next. Heidi Mailer, Mindy Hockendahl, and Cassie Williams. Congratulations, guys. That means they get condos and extra rooms and bring their friends and other social business partners. And it's going to be a great time. And by the way, I'm going to be with Susan Hunt this coming Saturday. If you've got that little flyer, Craig, we might as well go ahead and show it now. That's in Hera, Oklahoma. Not far outside of Oklahoma City. But I'll be there at 11 a.m. for a public meeting, and then 4 p.m. For healthcare professionals, medical professionals. And Susan's done a great job of blending those two things together. She's got a lot of participation from customers, consumers in the marketplace, as well as she's working extremely well with sort of the healthcare community there, and they're seeing tremendous growth. So we also have our affiliate program, which is always doing well and picking up speed. If you ask me my opinion of how do we compare to any other, quote, network marketing company's affiliate program in the world, we're far and away the most productive. I mean, nobody in our industry is doing what we're doing with the model that we've got. There's been some companies that have completely abandoned their old marketing and are just doing affiliate marketing. But for someone that's made the model work for both, I think we may be the shining star. I actually talked to an owner of a company this last weekend, called me and just said, I'm hearing all this buzz. I looked at first of all, your website's incredible. You guys have developed an incredible culture there. And since I'm an expert on comp plans, I looked at your comp plan and it's like, man, you kind of put all the pieces together. And of course, the third piece is what you've helped us pioneer, Craig, which is the pro concept. You know, how do we take professionals both in the healthcare industry as well as the sporting world and link them and their influence? So it's kind of you've got the influencers over here, you've got the social business partners, and the pros are right between. They go both directions. And we're really starting to develop the pros program. We've seen a lot of growth in it this last year, so we're excited about it. I think from a pro standpoint, I mean, with the medical professionals, you know, we've always had the right technology to approach them and talk to them about doing a business model that includes customer acquisition and telling other professionals about it. In fact, several of the winners were healthcare professionals. You know, Susan Hunt, her daughter, of course, Cassie is a nurse practitioner. Mindy is working on her PhD, you know, and I'm really excited for Mindy's project. She told me last year, I want to apply to my sponsor at the university to see if I can get my PhD thesis approved on doing a study on Lyme's disease with Ace Manning. Don't know if that's even possible. Well, she submitted it and they approved it. And so we're helping support her with that by providing her patient base that she's doing her thesis on with the product. I did hear from her almost immediately, like within 30 days of the start of the project. And she said that the response from her patients has just been unbelievable. I mean, you know, it's like Mindy's story. I mean, if you've heard her story, if you've seen her podcast, or if you've read her book, I mean, it's truly one of the most amazing stories that you can imagine. Because there's really, I mean, last year I went to the Service Conference and presented, which is, you know, the chronic inflammatory response syndrome group, which comes from mold, which comes from Lyme's disease. I mean, those are the two big ones. that drive that whole industry. And there's just really no good therapy out there for it. And, I remember hearing Mindy's story about, and she works with an incredible healthcare professional. Craig, you've met him, you've interviewed him, Dr. Troy. And there just weren't any good solutions for that condition. But they found that by optimizing an individual's immune system with ACE-Mannan, the human body truly can heal itself. From anything, as we've seen over the past 30 years, there's nothing that we haven't seen a response to. And then you combine that with, some of the best traditional healthcare, and kind of like what Renee Hertie does with her immunotherapy. And you just got a combination that can't be beat in the healthcare industry. So I'm excited about all three of those sort of market entry possibilities: the social business partner, the affiliate, and the pro. So it's going well. But when you talk about the pro in sports, whether they're coaches or actual participants, you got to have a product that really appeals to that group. And I think ACE-Mannan will at some point, when they understand really what it does, because it is such a powerful recovery technology. We don't necessarily position it that way because it's not the theme of the market that we're in. So you got to kind of open the door with something. And Craig's association with the paddle group, the Paddle Association, where, we talked to them the first time and they said, is there any way that you could create something really unique and different in the world of hydration? Because that is obviously a sport that, they have a huge need for electrolyte replacement. And of course, all of the electrolyte products pretty much are the same. You take the big three minerals: calcium, potassium, magnesium, and put it in a drink, and there's your hydration drink. Some people do a few things with it, but we looked at it and we said, look, what is the whole magic of hydration? I mean, why do you need electrolytes in the first place? And is it a cellular issue, or is it a blood issue? Is it a body fluid issue? I did a little homework today, Craig. You're going to be proud of me. So let me just read a couple of things that place EDGE at the very top of the list, and why people should be so concerned about how they can replace their electrolytes. So it's going to create a huge point of sale opportunity for us, because EDGE is a science-based solution to electrolyte imbalance. So that's the problem. Electrolyte imbalance is fundamentally a cellular problem. Electrolytes carry a negative charge and function like cellular spark plugs. They're strictly responsible for driving cellular activity and maintaining the electrical voltage across cell membranes. And then the word aquaporin, which we've talked about a few times, especially Steve. These are protein channels in the cells that were discovered by Dr. Peter Agre. He won the 2003 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for identifying what they are and what they do. But aquaporins prevent electrolyte imbalance. By moving water rapidly across cell membranes, aquaporins make sure the concentration of electrolytes in your blood and cellular fluid stay stable. Aquaporins are crucial for maintaining cellular homeostasis. Acute exercise causes micro damage to muscle fibers, triggering a highly coordinated local immune response. So immune cells utilize and regulate aquaporins to navigate into damaged muscle tissue and control the fluid fluctuations associated with exercise recovery. The period directly following exercise is defined as micro damage to skeletal muscle, triggering an acute inflammatory response where immune cells directly dictate tissue aquaporin expression. So an optimally functioning immune system is vital for keeping aquaporin regulation balanced. In biological terms, an optimal immune system acts like a precise thermostat. It initiates sharp localized inflammation to handle the stress of exercise and then completely shuts off that response to allow the tissue to recover. Okay, so all that to say, I just didn't want to mess that up, that listen, ACE mannan is what triggers all of the immune factors that manage and regulate aquaporins. So when we're talking about a hydration recovery drink, there's nothing like this anywhere in the marketplace. And some of the people that have seen the information that Craig put out at the tournament a couple of weeks ago, we've already gotten calls from organizations that go, tell us a little more about this. They've seen this flyer maybe. So I think, Craig, and you have a great perspective on this, but I think this is the kind of product that opens the door for the recruitment of more pros in the sport area.
Yeah, Sam.
You feel that?
Yeah, not only do I feel that, if people miss on Saturday, because I think some people had some things going on July 4th, but oddly enough, we had a really good number of people that showed up for the Saturday morning call, where my wife, who's extremely excited about this product, and for those that don't know Anne's background, of course, she was a very top athlete, a swimming, international level athlete, had swim records at age group levels, and then went on to become a chiropractor and has been always focused really about health. She is so extremely excited about this product, but talked about it on how not only from that recovery and from that exertion part, whether you're gardening, whether you're walking, whether you're sports, working out, all of those areas, but talked about some other areas why this product would be so great. But the biggest thing kind of talked about was that this is bringing ACE mannan into the world. This is bringing the Alivea AE in a market that is easily understandable because everybody understands electrolytes. So now we can say we have the most advanced electrolytes, and it catches people's interest. Why is it the most advanced electrolytes, which oddly enough is AE, kind of goes with our ACE mannan extract. But that's what it has. And then I think the most beautiful thing, I did a call with the paddle group today, and what they were so impressed with was everybody who's tasting it is like, wow. I mean, just they love the taste. So Steve and his team and you guys just did a brilliant job putting it together. And so yeah, I think it's a whole new category, but it really is about continually building the education around ACE mannan to the world. And that video, by the way, that we did on Saturday, we talked about how to integrate it into clubs and pros and coaches and trainers. So that is in the app under the video sections under Saturday trainings. Watch the July 4th video. It's 30 minutes and it'll give you a lot of great details, Sam.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think this is it's like you said, everybody knows what electrolyte is. How would you like to regulate them? What's that mean? Well, it means if you don't regulate them, they don't make a difference at the cellular level where it really counts. And that's what ACE mannan does. And then helps the body repair from the exercise. So yeah, it's just a great way to open up a conversation because it's the only hydration drink with ACE mannan in it. And of course, one of the things that's happened through social media is that, the notoriety of ACE mannan has gone through the roof. I mean, there's people all over the place. You're making a difference when a not-for-profit organization that is funded by Big Pharma takes issue. And I actually saw one of those. It's like, well, you got to be careful because the science isn't complete. And I don't know if any studies were done on humans. All the studies were done on humans. It's just like, are you kidding me? But actually, that's a testimony to the power of our group for getting the message out through social media. I mean, when we get noticed by those types of organizations that have actually absolutely no defense against what we're saying other than just, well, be careful, you don't know, that's when I know that's when we're making headway. And again, we're on this constant growth. Hey, by the way, the double donation drive was bigger than Black Friday
Oh, wow.
in terms of sales. Is that crazy? So we're gonna have to do this every summer, I guess, Craig. Maybe every spring, maybe every fall. I don't know. I mean, that's crazy to think that we outsold Black Friday in the middle of July or the end of June. But anyway, hey guys, we are catching a wave right now. We've introduced a lot of things. Of course, the OptiPack is back, and so is Targeted Health Stack, and just garnering a lot of attention in a lot of different directions. You know, this is a different type of growth than I've ever experienced because it's such a different model. But I don't think I'd trade it for anything because, you know, I'm talking to people in our old industry that are seeing these wide swings, you know, aggressive recruiting, which is not organic. It's just people moving around, and then just tremendous fall off because another shiny object showed up out there somewhere. And so I don't know many people that are experiencing really true healthy growth. And that's where we're at. And of course, we tie it to our mission, which is meeting the needs of the world's most vulnerable children. And voila, you have Alivea. It's pretty good stuff.
Pretty good stuff, I think, is the most beautiful understatement out there. It really is a special company. I mean, that's I say it all the time on our Saturday calls is that, you know, to be part of something so meaningful is special. And I think that's why there's so many people in these calls and you're seeing the growth. But it's like, you know, you had the foresight to shift the model because industries change. You see it all the time. You see
Yeah.
some companies that don't keep up with that change and they become blockbuster, right? No one's been to
Yeah.
blockbuster recently. So,
Yeah, that's
you
right.
know, and there's the famous story of them saying no one's ever going to watch movies on TV at their home, and they or you know stream it from their internet. So they miss that wave, and you really caught that wave of that transition. So to build each of those legs of the company, and what's beautiful is we get to share all of them. If we know somebody who's an
Yeah.
influencer, we can share it with the company. If we know somebody's a coach or trainer or athlete, we can share it with or healthcare professional. We can share the pros. And you know, if I bump into somebody tonight on a walk and start a great conversation, become great friends, I can introduce them to Alivea, and all of them can become customers, or all of them can join the movement and help us expand this special cause.
What's the score?
Well, I was about to say I was really hoping to finish off giving a really positive update. I'm sitting here looking at just hit halftime, and for all of our Belgium social business partners and customers, we want to say way to go.
Yeah, that's right.
We're happy
We're not
for
rooting
you.
for you, but we're not rooting against you. That's right.
But no,
Yeah.
it's still 2-1, still halftime. And in soccer, that means you still have about 18 hours to play. So they got lots of time.
Yeah, I called Steve Burns today and talked to Dr. Rodriguez, and just to see his ramp capabilities for meeting demands. And I said, whatever you do, don't root for Belgium tonight. I know you're in Europe and you need to do the, you know, you need to do a European thing, but try your best to hold the fort for big US over there, you know. Now it'll be, hey, listen, it's been an incredible tournament. I mean, Brazil lost. I was at a Marriott yesterday meeting with an accounting firm that's looking at supporting us in a very unique way, and just talking with the founders of the firm, and they, man, a relief. And we were in there, and there was about 100 people from Brazil in there, you know, all dressed up in the Brazil, you know, outfits and all that. And it was like, and they were screaming at the top of their lungs. I thought they won the game, but they didn't. They ended up losing. So there's some big surprises in this year's World Cup. So anyway, good stuff. Hey guys, thank you for being on the call tonight. Thanks for letting us share. We just kind of wanted to bring you up to speed on what's happening. By the way, Branson is less than a month away. If you haven't registered, get registered. We've already got a bigger crowd than we had at Impact registered. So it looks really good, Craig. It's moving forward. I saw something about Mindy's book. Mindy, you ought to bring your book to Branson. Make sure everybody can get access to it. one of the most powerful stories I've ever read.
Yeah,
And
and I think we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have everybody's been asking for these special bottles that we did for the tournament, so I think we're gonna have a bunch of these there. So you definitely come for the bottle. There's a lot of other things you come for, but we're gonna have those available for purchase there, which should be a lot of fun. And by the way, Sam, with Christy McGuyan off this week as traveling around, we have a really special love call, which is our leadership call that
yeah,
happens on the first and third Tuesdays of the month at 7:30. And Mr. Joe Bush and a bunch of other folks are going to be
come
running there.
on.
So that's going to be a really special call. So if you are a guest here, if you just joined, those calls really go kind of a deep dive in how and why to continually grow your business. So that's going to be at 7:30 Tuesday night. Great call to plug into. And then, of course, Saturdays, every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time at Alabama.live. We kickstart the week with kind of focus training, how to get started, and highlighting important things that are going on at that particular stage. So a lot of amazing things going on.
Yeah, Mindy said she would bring some books. Fantastic, Mindy. I hope everything's going well with your project. We're excited about it. I was with Dr. Reg McDaniel today. He asked all about it. He asked about you, Mindy, and how you were doing. Can't wait to see you and get caught up on the project. And you guys are going to get to celebrate Reg's 90th birthday. That's 40 years he's been in the Ace Man business of research, and just as sharp as a tack, and can't wait to get up there. So see you guys on calls this month, but for sure in Branson. Thanks, Craig.
Awesome, Sam. Great kickoff to July. Let's have an amazing week, everyone. We'll see you on the further calls. Take care, everybody. Go USA. Come on.
See you.
Ciao.